Hi there, this is a video on how to supply power to your Zero UAV autopilot system. It's pretty basic. What we have here is two power supply sources that I'm using. I've got this pack, which you can pretend is just your autopilot pack. I'd use a bigger battery than this, obviously, but for demonstration purposes, this is a 12-volt pack, 3S. We have a second power supply source would be your main pack. This would be your flight pack. This is just again for demonstration purposes. I'm using a small battery here. So these two power supply sources supply everything: the autopilot, the servos, and your data modem, if you hook it up the way I have it hooked up. So we follow the power in here. This is 12 volts being supplied to the autopilot. It's the bottom left connection. Now when the autopilot is being powered, you see this light's on, and it also gives you power out to your receiver via this red wire. Do not hook up an external BEC to your receiver. It's not required, and it could cause damage to the autopilot. This is just your GPS connection. Here's one servo output that I've connected just for demonstration purposes. These are all of your servo outputs, and now the plus and the minus is all paralleled all the way along with your servo outputs, so I've just hooked this into the last one, and this is my power. All I've done is connected the red and the black wire. I don't believe in connecting the third wire because some BECs actually put voltage out on that. So to be safe, just the red and the black, connect that to your autopilot. That's going to give me 5 volts to power my servos. Where does the 5 volts come from? It comes from your BEC. This BEC, high quality BEC, don't use any eBay junk. This is a Castle Creations 10 amp BEC. So what we have is a 5 volt supply out from it. Like I said, that powers and drives your servos. The other 5 volt I've got running out to my data modem, which runs on 5 volts. It's an XB Pro, and you'll notice that these are my data connection lines. So we've got data transmit and receive and a ground, and they just go in right beside where the power for the autopilot goes. So that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you use a good quality BEC. Remove that third wire. Supply 12 volts to the unit. 5 volts goes to for your servos from your BEC, and you can use that same 5 volts to power a low power modem. If you've got a high power modem, you might want to supply power to this with its own power source. So that's one way to hook up your Zero UAV system with two batteries.